Hey, Thomas from Field Tennis. Are you struggling with your kick serve down the tee? If that's the case, I'm gonna have to bring out my secret weapon to help you see what's going wrong and how to fix your kick serve to the juice side so that it's precise, accurate and consistent. So let me hit a few serves. The drone is above me and I'm gonna hit the serve that you usually struggle with. So I'm gonna show you the wrong way and the right way, and then we're gonna look at the video analysis using the drone footage, what's going wrong and how you can fix it. So here's the typical wrong serve. And this is the right serve. Ooh, perfect.
So let's take a look at these two serves in side by side and slow motion. So on the left side we have the serve that goes too much to the left, and on the right side we have a kick serve that goes down the tee very accurately. So you can already see here like this what's the difference. So if we go a little bit slower, what is the problem? So the problem usually originates in the head rotation. You can see the difference. I'm here rotating my head forward. I want to see what's gonna happen. So when you rotate your head first, then your body tends to follow, and after the body follows the arm, right? So on this side, so if I go a few frames, you see the difference in head orientation, right? Here I'm still looking up towards the drone or up to the sky, and here I want to look forward. So my body rotated much more. So now if I go just a few frames more, you will see the difference, right? So this is my shoulder orientation here, and this is my shoulder orientation here, right? So it's like this and like this. So that is usually controlled by the head. And so that then affects the swing path, right? So swing path here is like this, and here is like this. So you can see that there's this difference in angles. So I'm swinging this way. When I do a kick serve down the tee, I'm swinging this way, and yet I'm able to hit down the tee accurately. So we need to use drills and exercises to help us develop this feel, because initially, typically, why do players rotate? So one is just the head, and the other one is they want to orient towards where they're serving, because they don't trust this process in tennis that the ball doesn't go exactly where you swing. It's a combination of your swing path. So if I go here to contact, you see it's a combination of your swing path and racket angle that determine where the ball goes. So here you can also see why does this ball go a little bit too much to the left. You can see the racket angle is like this, right? So the ball wants to go there, and here is just a very small angle to the left. It's a small angle to the left, but because I swing to the right, I negate this angle and I'm able to serve exactly straight down the tee. So it's a very small difference in reality, as you can see, just a few degrees, but that's enough to make the ball go 10 feet after the whole ball flight. The difference in where the ball lands can be 10 feet or more. And so we need to practice and develop this skill of holding the head and body longer this way, and learn to trust this process of swinging this way and making the ball go this way.
So now that you're aware what is the main issue in serving a kick serve down the tee to the juice side, of course for right-handers, you now know that the problem is over-rotation. So we need to do drills that are going to help us overcome this over-rotation and help us stay more sideways. So drill number one, I'm going to call this one drill number 1A, because I will show you another one that is exactly the same, but I'm going to use the obstacle. So same drill, so let's say this one is number 1. You want to stand somewhere at the service line. Don't be completely sideways with your feet. Just be a little bit angled. Angle your foot towards the net post there. Choke up on the grip, and your objective will be to spin the ball and hit it exactly perpendicular to the net. So we don't want to serve now to the outside, we want to serve perpendicular to the net, and we need to figure out this swing path, right? So we're going to start from this little bit bounce position. Relax your arm here. Don't scratch your back or something like that. Just relax here so that your wrist is relaxed, your arm is relaxed, and you're going to toss the ball above your head or even slightly backwards. and you're going to go through trial and error and figure out what do you need to do to make the ball spin and go perpendicular to the net. So it looks something like this. See, this one is quite good. So the ball is just above my head, so the ball is going more or less perpendicular and I'm swinging that way. So this is very important to feel and realize that you're not so worried about always orienting towards the target and swinging towards the target, but that you learn to trust that this swing path that is more that way is still going to produce the ball that way. Because if you don't have this trust, then you will always try to rotate there on the baseline. You will always come a bit to the right side of the ball for right-handers, and you'll keep serving out wide or to the middle of the court, and you will not be able to hit really well down the tee to the juice side. So again, this is the drill. And you can see that more or less I'm serving perpendicular. This one's going a little bit to the left. So this one is going too much to the right. So I'm just going through trial and error in my mind. I aim and I keep trying to hit. So this one you see is exactly perpendicular. So it's just repetitions and trial and error to see what you have to do to make the ball go perpendicular while you're staying more or less sideways. So this drill we can call 1B or drill number 2 because you're doing the same thing as there on the service line, but you're using an obstacle like this fence or this net between the courts is perfect height, something like this to encourage you to hit over. And again, I want to serve perpendicular there. I don't want to serve there initially. I want to serve perpendicular. You can choke up on the grip. Just have a relaxed arm here. Again, you have to toss above your head, even a little bit further back. And that's exactly the ball that I want. And you try to be aware what is the path of your racket. So you can see my path was there. I'm doing like a minimal pronation that way. You can stop the arm here so that you have better awareness of what you're doing. And you start realizing, oh, I'm swinging upwards and that way, and the ball is going that way. So that is the drill for you, for awareness, for understanding the difference between swing path and where the ball goes, and that ball usually goes where the strings point in a combination with the swing path. So it's important for you to get trust, and this obstacle is very good because a lot of players are going to do something like this and they will realize, okay, serving downwards is not a topspin serve. We have to give the ball some arc. This net keeps encouraging us to hit over, or it punishes us when we don't. Hitting a kick serve down the tee is quite an advanced way of serving a topspin serve. So first, if you're struggling with the topspin serve, you already know how to serve it, but you struggle with consistency, getting more height above the net, getting a better dip into the court, then I invite you to check out my free course that shows you drills on how to improve the consistency, spin and power. Link is in the description. But if you're not serving yet a topspin serve, then all these topics will be too advanced for you. You need to learn the basics. That's why I advise you to check out my second serve mastery course, where I'm going to teach you step-by-step progressions on how to roll the ball. You're going to learn a topspin serve from step 1 to step 6 or 7. I have the same progressions for slice serve. There are also drills that tackle all the challenges that you might face. For example, if you're framing the ball a lot, if you constantly serve too long, if you're not able to increase the speed and keep hitting the ball in, and so on. So there's a whole module on challenges, and I have drills that help you practice under pressure. One of the main problems for players as they learn a topspin serve is that they just learn technique with absolutely no pressure, then they go play a match and pressure is 100 and they can't make the transition. So it's very important for you to practice with some kind of pressure even when you're alone on the court, and I have specific drills for you to practice that. So the links to all these courses are in the description. Let's go back to the topic. So after hitting some balls from the service line and figuring out how to hit the ball with topspin and hit it perpendicular, you can now progress in drill number 3 all the way back to the baseline. So you're slowly increasing the distance, gradually increasing the distance. You can still choke up on the racket. So let's say I would start somewhere here after about 30 balls that I hit there, 20 to 30. So now I go a little bit further. I would still start here. and I'm still trying to be aware, oh, I can stay sideways, more or less, oriented towards the bench or the net post, and I'm trying to hit a topspin serve perpendicular to the net, something like this. So then I just progress more towards the baseline. Eventually I can have a full grip. You can still start from here, so that's the next progression, full grip, but still here in the bounce arm, relaxed arm position. And I'm trying to figure out this serve. Then you go to the baseline. You can try a few serves also from the baseline from this position. And eventually you try to add your backswing, whatever style you have. We're not learning backswing now, whether you start a bit more like this or like this doesn't matter. Just try to do your serve and see if you can spin the ball and hit it perpendicular to the net. So right now I'm using this position. Eventually you're gonna go there, but I wanna kind of use this position so that mentally you really think always perpendicular to the net, just straight. Okay, so this one is more or less going there, and let's take a look at drill number 4. So with the drill number 4 you can now position correctly for serving down the tee, and I place the camera there on the side so it's around 30-40 degrees off the baseline at this angle. I have another camera here so that you can see where this camera is placed. Usually when I teach players, I stand there when I work with them on the spin serve, so at first it doesn't matter so much where they stand. It's easier to serve first to the edge side, but I position there because the goal is, for this exercise, for this drill, is that you maintain your body rotation to the coach or right now to the camera. So normally what the player would like to do when they do a spin serve or any type of serve is they want to rotate that way. And as you've learned, that is the problem because you're coming a bit to the side of the ball and you're pulling the ball to the left, but you want to serve really down the tee to the backhand of the right-hander. And so you are unable as long as you're over-rotating. So how this looks like when the player is over-rotating, they're doing something like this. And when they finish, you see from that angle that my chest is forward. So for this drill, I want the player first to serve slowly, nice and easy. Hit the serve and maintain the chest and face towards the camera in this case, or to me when I'm the coach, or if you're on your own, just put a stick there or your camera or your iPad or something to remind you in which orientation you have to stop your body, right? So the drill looks again like this. I'm trying to serve nice and easy topspin serves, and then I just stop my rotation here. I also have to stop my hips a little bit early so that I'm getting used to controlling the body rotation, that I don't push through. So here's another example. So again, the head controls the rotation in most cases, so I want to keep my face oriented towards the camera, towards the target, and my chest and my body are also gonna stop in this orientation. So here's the last one. So in drill number 5, we're again fighting the over-rotation, and you can use the mental image of the drone. I'm also going to put a footage of the drone on the screen so that you can better visualize. I also used it when I was recording this drill already. So you want to picture you have a drone above you so that after you serve, you want to see the drone above you before you look after your ball. So that's another way of combating over-rotation. We have to exaggerate a little bit to correct over-rotation, and we must not do enough rotation at first in order to block it, to start reprogramming our body. So the drill looks like this. I'm just doing my normal topspin serve. Whatever is your backswing technique, just do your serve. And when you hit the ball, you keep your head up and think, okay, I want to see the drone or the clouds or the blue sky for 1 second, and then you can look after the ball. So when I do that, of course, because my head stays here, my body is also going to stay here. but I do need to see where the ball went so that in my mind's eye I keep changing or adjusting the aiming in case I miss, right? So it goes like this again. I hit the ball, I see the ball disappear, and then I see, so this ball had a perfect direction down the tee. So that's great. I want to remember that feeling of holding my body here. The swing path is there towards the camera or it's towards the target that you place there, and you practice. So here's another example. I want to see the drone. Okay, I saw the drone, then I see where the ball went. I can make a little adjustment. I will aim a bit more to the right and we'll see if I get it. Okay, it's about the same. So this is drill number 5. So this is a sequence of drills that I recommend that you go through in one practice session. You're starting from there. If you have an obstacle, you go over. You can do progressions. You control your body rotation with the target there at first. And this one might be the most advanced because you have to keep your head up, which is a bit weird at first. And these are all drills that are going to help you correct the over-rotation, which is what causes your kick serves to go too much to the left, and then you're unable to hit really down the tee and kick the serve up to most right-handers' backhands. If you want to consistently serve topspin serves, whether down the tee or to the outside, it's very important that you place the ball in the right spot. I made a specific video just on this topic of where you need to place the ball so that the topspin serve is actually possible. So I invite you to watch it right now.